Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram. As you know, on Saturday I come a bit late after my office duties. Well, as far as today is concerned, well, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you live to the match which is happening between Australia and Sri Lanka, where Sri Lanka today they offered some good resistance thanks to Dinesh Chandimal playing a very good innings, and Sri Lanka were all out for 278. So the target for Australia right now, we are approaching towards lunch right now, and Australia require 141 to actually win this test match in Sydney. We are in day 4 right now. Australia have already lost their first wicket. The first wicket to go today was David Warner, who was caught behind all the bowling of Lakmal. In fact, that was a very good ball from Lakmal. It was Vaughan who actually got a nick. He tried to actually fish at a ball which was going outside, but it was gone. It had taken the outside edge, and Jayawardene and the slips took a very neat catch, and he was gone. So David Warner was gone for a blob today. Caught Jayawardene, bowled Lakmal for a duck. And as I said, we are approaching lunch, and I will just keep some commentary going till such time the lunch approaches. So 141 is the target for Australia to make a clean sweep of the series, and I thought that Sri Lanka have eked out a lot of runs here because on this track we have not seen. Today what happened today? Tilgatne Dilshan was the man who actually started, because there were just 18 minutes to go before lunch, and the captain the Sri Lankan captain Mahela Jayawardene handed the ball to Tilgatne Dilshan. But Dilshan, well, he has not got any wicket, but yes, he has bowled 3 overs. He got 1 maiden, none for 6. The other only 2 bowlers who have been utilized today till lunch, and that's lunch on day 4. So finally, the umpires call lunch there, and Australia go to lunch at 13 for 1. Whether the match is going to get over today, that is going to be interesting, definitely, because we have 2 sessions to go and 128 runs. But for me, I would rather say that even though the score is looking a very paltry 128, just another paltry 128 runs to win, Australia can't really take it very easy, because we are yet to see Rangana Herath, the left arm spinner, come in. I'm sure after lunch Mahela Jayawardene, the Sri Lankan captain, will definitely introduce him, because he is the key. Well, if he is the one who is going to he is the key for Sri Lanka. If at all Sri Lanka needs to win this test match and have some consolation, probably go for a maiden victory. As you know, they have never won a test match in Australia, and if they want to go for that maiden victory, the only person who could do that for them or achieve that for them could be Rangana Herath. But let me tell you, Australian batsmen are in good form. It's not going to be easy for Rangana Herath too. But I think it's an interesting session which is coming up as far as the lunch to tea session is concerned. It's going to be very interesting. 128 runs more for Australia to win this match with 9 wickets standing. Well, I'm just going to briefly cover what I didn't touch on yesterday, because as you know, yesterday I didn't come up with a report. So what I'm going to do is I'm generally just going to touch on what happened yesterday. As far as yesterday was concerned, as you know, Australia made 432. Matthew Wade went on to make his second test century. He made 102 and 430, so that was a good lead for Australia. It was a very handy lead that they took of 133 runs. And Sri Lanka, in reply, 278 all out. Karunaratne, the opener, was very impressive. He went on to make 85 runs with 10 fours and 1 6. Mahela Jayawardene once again showing some good batsmanship with 60 runs with 9 boundaries. But Dinesh Chandimal's knock today was really superb. It was a very stroke-filled knock. He didn't get much support. As you know, the tailenders were the ones who were with him, but he saw to it that whenever he got an opportunity, he played his strokes. And there were some, as I said, he was playing strokes all around the wicket. The 11 fours that he hit, it's all interspersed. It's all on the offside, it was on the onside, and he carved 62 unbeaten runs with 11 fours, but saw all his partners getting out. And Australia, in fact, I thought that Sri Lanka basically, because of Dinesh Chandimal making 62, have gone on to a score of 278, which at least gave them a target to bowl at Australia. But as far as the bowling was concerned, 1 for 49 for Mitchell Starc, 3 for 76 for Jackson Bird, 3 for 34 for Mitchell Johnson, 1 for 42 Peter Siddle, and 1 for 66 for Nathan Lyon. And well, so that's how the things stand here. Australia right now have gone for lunch at 13 for 1 at the SCG with another 128 runs required. It will be very interesting to see when Rangana Herath comes into bowl how the Australian batsmen shape up to him. Well, it could either, so today on day 4 for sure the match is going to be decided. There is going to be a decision. It could be either, definitely the money is on Australia to actually win this match, there's no doubt about it. So Michael Clarke would have a real clean sweep of the series, the Australian captain. And as far as Sri Lanka are concerned, well, they could just have one, I would say, one ace up their sleeve, and that is Rangana Herath. Because if the ball is going to turn, then he would be the most deadliest. But we have not seen much of really deadly turnover here, but one has to really wait and watch. As I said, once one sees Rangana Herath bowling, see how the ball is turning, that is the time one could really conclude whether what's really going to happen. So, but Australia have already lost their first wicket, which was Suranga Lakmal actually drawing first blood by getting the wicket of David Warner, which was a very important wicket. So right now, Australia go to lunch at 13 for 1 on the 4th day at the SCG in this third and final test match, with Ed Cowan not out on 1 and Phil Hughes looking good, played some 2 attractive shots through the offside for boundaries. He's not out on 12, and play will resume after 30 minutes time. Well, so from here I'm going to shift on to some cricket news here. So the first news that I would like to talk about, as you know, today we are having the third and final one-day international between India and Pakistan, which is going to be played at the Firozshah Kotla in Delhi. Now, one thing for Pakistan, they are the ones definitely looking favorites because they are looking very good. Look at their bowling. Their bowling is looking absolutely sharp. Junaid Khan, they already, for India, they can just have a consolation if at all they could beat Pakistan today. But in all likelihood, I will have to say this, that Pakistan team is looking much sharper. Look at the bowling attack, which is giving them the breakthrough. Junaid Khan, he's swinging the ball both ways with tremendous pace. Then he has the support of Mohammad Irfan, the 7 foot tall, the tallest player in world cricket today, Mohammad Irfan from Pakistan, who gets a lot of bounce. Then they have Umar Gul, the specialist. Then they have Saeed Ajmal, the world-class off spinner. Shoaib Malik can bowl. And look at the batting. Nasir Jamshed, 2 consecutive centuries in 2 one-day internationals. Mohammad Hafiz, he's also a wonderful player. Azhar Ali is the one who has really not got his bearings. One probably thinks that the third one-day international might be the time for Azhar Ali to get his bearings there. And then they have the experience of Yunus Khan and Misbah-ul-Haq and Shoaib Malik's experience. So, and Kamran Akmal, the wicket-keeper batsman, it really blends well and looks to be a very nice composition as far as batting is concerned. So, but one thing that I would like to talk about as far as India is concerned, there are a lot of questions being asked now because the opening pair of Gautam Gambhir and Virendra Sehwag are not able to give India good starts. There's not much coming in from Virat Kohli what I would say is, barring Mahendra Singh Dhoni, nothing is really coming together for India. It's definitely, if the batting clicks, that would be great. But if it doesn't click, and if they are going to lose this third one-day international match, let me tell you, since 1983-84, this will be the first time an opposition has come to India and defeated India on the Indian shores. And what a proud moment it would be for Pakistan to beat India in India. It's not a question of beating, it's a clean sweep of the series. The last time it was done in 1983-84 when West Indies did it to India with the Clive Lloyd's team. But today, this is the team led by Misbah-ul-Haq, the successful captain, and whether he can actually put it across India today, he and his boys can put it across India today and make real history for them. Because as I said, this is, since 1983-84, this would be the first time that any team has beaten India on the Indian shores 3-0. So that would be very interesting. So now India would definitely love to prevent it, but whether they succeed or not, that would be known tomorrow. But I will also have to say something here. Now this match is being played in Delhi at the Firozshah Kotla. Foggy conditions, so the ball will definitely aid the swing bowlers. And the toss would be vital because the team which wins the toss, and for Pakistan, if they win the toss, I'm sure they're going to insert India, and they are going to basically let loose Junaid Khan and Mohammad Irfan against the Indian batsmen for sure, because they've been pretty successful against them. and Junaid Khan in particular could be pretty dangerous in these conditions. The other factor, I learned that there is going to be the light is not so good. This is going to be a day match. The light is not going to be good in Delhi, but looking at a match, an international match, one would expect some floodlight, but I'm told there are no floodlights there in Delhi. So, well, if that is going to be the case, and it's going to be foggy, as you know, the visibility is not going to be good, and the batsmen are not going to really have a good time sighting the ball. If that is going to be the case, I'm afraid to say that that is not the way. An international match should be looked at. You should hold it at a venue where everything is available. It's not the question of a match. It's basically because the spectators are paying money and coming to the grounds. So definitely, either they could have played it like probably a day-night match over there, but they can't play a day-night match because of the lights being not there, lights not being there. But at least they could have put it on to some other venue. So I was a bit surprised when I noted the fact that Firozshah Kotla, which has foggy conditions and the visibility is going to be poor later on in the evening. So basically it's going to be something of sort of a disadvantage for the team which is going to bat second. But again, it's going to be I think the captains are going to be into a conundrum, whoever wins the toss. For Mohammad Hafiz, for Misbah ul Haq, the Pakistan captain, he has nothing to lose because they already won the series. But how it's going to be a conundrum, because probably they will probably think they will insert the Indians and get some wickets, but when they bat, probably the light is going to fade. They are going to find it very difficult to tackle the Indian bowlers. So it's going to be a real very dicey thing, according to me. But as I said, I'm not really with the view that when an international match is being played, you play in a place where everything is available, rather than going to play in a place where the facilities are not available. I mean, it's an international match, the one-day international. So I'm sure whoever the authorities are, they have to really look at it very, very seriously, because it's an international match and you need to have lights, you need to have the arrangements there, because nowadays we know that international matches sometimes bad light could stop play, but yes, we do have floodlights on all the grounds. So that is something they should provide, or they could have played this at another venue, but I'm a bit surprised with that. So, well, we will know about it tomorrow. Anyway, I'm not going to waste much of my time here. I'm going to talk about some other cricket news. Indians are definitely under pressure, there's no doubt about that. As far as the ODI squad has been selected by Australia, which is going to actually take on the Sri Lankans. And as far as the ODIs are concerned, what Australia have done is basically they've gone for a lot of youngsters. They've rested a lot of people, keeping in view that they have a series coming up against India after this, and then they also have the World Cup 2015. Keeping an eye on World Cup 2015, what the Australian chief of selectors and his team have done, they have gone for a young squad, giving chances to a lot of people. George Bailey is going to be the captain of the team. Phil Hughes and Usman Khwaja gets a chance. Our own Finch gets an opportunity. There's Ben Cutting coming into the team. He's a good bowler too. Aaron Finch is a good batsman, he's a very attacking batsman. And they have David Hussey, Brad Haddin would be the wicketkeeper. Glenn Maxwell, who is a very extremely talented person. Stephen Smith comes back, as you know, he's a good one-day specialist. Mitchell Johnson, the bowling will be handled by Mitchell Johnson, Mitchell Starc, Clint McKay, and the left-arm spinner Xavier Doherty. So what Australia have done is they've gone for some young guns here. So that would be very, very interesting to see how the young guns actually shape up against the Sri Lankan attack, because, as you know, the first one-day international, as you know, today the test series will be over. I'm sure today is the last day of this test series, because it's not going to go into the fifth day for sure. So as far as Australia and Sri Lanka is concerned, they are going to play 5 one-day internationals, and the first one-day international starts between Australia versus Sri Lanka at the MCG. That's on 11th of January. So that is the team which has been selected. So as I said, Australia have gone for the young guns, keeping in view that they have the World Cup 2015 in front of them, and also they know that the Indian tour is coming up. So probably they want to really pick out some talented youngsters and probably send them to India. So that's probably the ploy. So with this news that I just gave you, I'm going to conclude my Cricket Happening show for today. So, well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, keep an eye at the SCG in this second session, where it is going to be a very, very interesting battle between bat and ball. And that's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. Tomorrow I'll be back with a full match report on this match, and also on the India-Pakistan third and final one-day international. Whether Pakistan can make history today, that is to be seen. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.